Hey guys, VanBjorn20 back again, and today is going to be my full review of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild for the Nintendo Switch. This is by far the most requested video I've ever had as far as video game review goes. A lot of people have been messaging me, asking me what I thought about the game. I've been putting it off because, I want to get a lot of hours in on the game. I hate those people that rush a review and hurry up and put a video out there just so they're like #1 because they're worried about getting the most views and stuff like that. So I really like to take my time and get a lot of hours invested in the Nintendo, in the game itself. But, I know it's only been a couple days, but I promise you I've been no-lifing this game, going on very little sleep. I've got a ton of hours on this game. Trust me, I'm not even halfway finished with it because it's such a huge game, but I have a lot of hours on this game. I've been through many shrines. I've collected tons of, spirit orbs. I've gotten, a little further into the story, and I think I have enough to maybe not do a full review, but maybe a first impressions. But take it for what you will. This is just my personal opinion, what I think about this game. Obviously, everyone is already giving this game a perfect 10. There's so many professional reviewers out there that are giving this game a perfect 10. People that have never even given a game a perfect 10 before are giving the game a 10. So, with that being said, you don't really need to know or see my review to know it's a great game. But with that being said, let's tell you what I think. First, I just want to tell you, first, I want to start with the bad, because so many people tell the good. I just want to get this out of the way, tell you what I don't like first, because so many people praise it, and don't get me wrong, it is one of the best games I've ever played, but I do want to tell you some of the gripes I have with the game. And the main gripe I have, really, is the inventory space. I know if you played this game already, you know what I'm talking about. Once you get so many weapons, if you try to, pick up another weapon, it says your inventory is full, and you have to, either discard one you don't want or just leave the weapon there. So you'll actually open up a treasure chest, and if you have your inventory full, the treasure chest will close, and it will just tell you your inventory is full. And you will get that message 1,000 times. I'm not even kidding, like a lot, okay? I don't know if later in the game, maybe you get something to expand your inventory of how much weapons you can carry, but so far for me, that's not the case. I get that message quite a bit, and it's really frustrating to be completely honest with you. It doesn't completely ruin the experience. This game is phenomenal. I don't want you guys to think like, oh, I can't believe he's bashing this game. I'm not, okay? I'm not. I just know everyone is just saying so many positive things about the game. I wanted to mix it up a little bit and tell you something I don't like about the game. Leave a comment below. Let me know, honestly, if you're having the same issue. I get it quite a bit, and to be honest, what made it really frustrating was I was just playing it not that long ago. I don't want to give you spoilers, but I have a specific weapon that I had that I never really used. It was just taking up space. And there was another weapon I wanted, so I let that one go. And come to find out, not even a half hour later, I needed that weapon I discarded. So, it's really it's frustrating. I wish you could just expand your inventory. But with that getting out of the way, let me just tell you what I love about that game, and it's everything. I'll be honest, when the game first starts and you get the first cutscene, you just see all the, the graphics. To me, I'm gonna be honest, when the game first starts, the graphics are a little sharp, like jaggedy, and I was like, man, really? Like, I wasn't impressed at first. But then once you start walking around and you get out of that area you're at and you actually walk out and you see the big open world in all its glory, it truly is breathtaking. It really, really is. I don't know why this game, some scenes the graphics just look okay, and then there's other parts where you're blown away by it. Like, it looks realistic. Like, the attention to detail in this game is beyond something I've never seen before. Like, you can see little animals, or like a little frog hopping, and if you're fast enough, you can grab it and, keep it and cook it, do whatever you want with it later. And from my experience, they don't really cook well. They always end up dubious, and you only get 1 heart for it. But that's just attention to detail. If you see it, you can grab it. If you see something in the distance, you can get there. That's, most people, most games, when you play a game, I'll use Ocarina of Time, for example. When you're in Hyrule Field, if you keep traveling the same direction, you eventually hit a barrier and you cannot go any further. I have yet to hit a barrier in this game. I'm not kidding. Like, I keep going and going and going, and it just keeps expanding, 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 and it's completely mind-blowing. It really is. There's like no end to it. I mean, I'm sure eventually you'll run into some type of barrier. I mean, because you have to, right? I mean, you just have to. But I have not ran into a barrier yet. I'm sure eventually I'm going to run into like a big mountain that you just can't climb because it's too high. Maybe that's going to be the barrier. I don't know. I haven't ran into that yet. I mean, that's how big the game is. It'll give you an objective. You'll go to do the objective, and you'll come across other little objectives that will, you know, take your attention away from what you're supposed to be doing. There's just so many little mini things that you're supposed to be doing here and there. You can help certain people, and it's just a classic. I'm going to just go out and say this Ocarina of Time was always my favorite Zelda game, but this right here, I'm going to have to say, so far, I haven't, you know, I don't want to do, I didn't even want to do this review yet because I just scratched the surface of the game, but if it keeps up the way it's going, this is going to be by far the best Zelda game ever made, and if it keeps going the way it's going, it might be the best game ever made in history. So, yeah, I know that's a lot to say, but, you know, just, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm just scratching the surface. The game is just breathtaking. I mean, it says Breath of the Wild, and it takes your breath away. I mean, that's just it. Maybe that's why they call it Breath of the Wild. But it really is, guys. It is. You can do anything. If you guys remember Skyward Sword, you can set beacons, they called it. They're little pins on the map, and then they glow, and they show you where to go. Same thing here. They have the same type of system. It's such a huge map. Sometimes you're going to need to know certain areas, and you can mark them with a pin on the map, and they'll glow, and you can set what different color you want them to glow on the map. And then the map will appear on the bottom, and it's really easy to navigate. It really is user-friendly. It's really pretty much... The controls are just spot on. No matter what controller style you use, it just feels right. It really does. And with that being said, as much user-friendly as it is, it's challenging. This game is truly challenging. You'll run into a character that doesn't even look that strong, and they will, you know, kill you in one blow. Like, they will just hit you, you're dead. You get the game over screen. Luckily, you get the game over screen so many times, or at least I have. Either I stink at the game, or the game has to be really challenging, okay? Because I like to think I'm pretty good at games. And luckily, after you die, you pretty much will start back where you left off. So the game over screen really doesn't mean anything, honestly, because you can just pick up right where you left off. And the game is automatically auto-saving as you go, which is really nice. It will just completely auto-save periodically through the game. But if you want to quit, I do recommend just hit the start menu, and you can actually, there's like a save menu there. So, but that's pretty much it, guys. I don't want to keep going on and go on and on for hours talking about this game. There's so much I didn't touch on. I don't want to spoil anything. I just wanted to, I promised some of you guys, I'd tell you guys what I thought about the game. You know, it is definitely a must-have. I'm calling it right now. You heard it first. Right here is Zelda Breath of the Wild. Game of the year. All right? Game of the year. Pretty much all for right now, guys, and there'll be more to come shortly. Thanks again.